How's it going, everyone? Um, I just wanted to drop a quick video to talk about a few things involving my process, the 1 to 260. That's going to be the main point of this video. But also, recently, like literally like 10 minutes ago, the MapleStory developers dropped an announcement saying that they are currently they're working on a fix for the compensation boxes. So hopefully we'll be seeing that soon. Hopefully tomorrow. I would love to be able to open that on stream and get a few free games. But recently I've been getting asked on stream and in my comments about how I got the 260 so fast. I got the 260, I think, 4 days after launch. It didn't take me too long. The mag pots that we got from the 24-hour maintenance definitely helped. But really quickly, I can go ahead and go over that really fast. From 1 to 200 on the Challenger world, they have this cool event called Terablink. Terablink pretty much takes your Hyper Burning Max character and only your Hyper Burning Max character to 200 in literally 15 minutes. Pretty much skips the entire 1 to 4 fourth job kind of process, but it's also a little mini tutorial, so all the new players out there can use that to their advantage and learn a few things that'll make life a bit easier. You also got a cool little hat pet. I'm still using mine. It also teaches you how to use pets. I've never actually used pets, so it did teach me some things. This video, I don't want it to be too long, so we're going to keep moving along. Once I hit 200 and I unlocked 5th job, there is a progression video where I do go over 5th job progression. I believe it's the first one. First episode is how I did that. When I hit 200, I went ahead and I kind of didn't really grind. What I did is I followed what Jake and the other person he streams with, Joe, something like that. I went ahead and did what they were planning on doing because they had a little thing up before the servers came up. So when you're level 200, if you want to really get on the move to level 225, I would suggest going to the Grow tab in the event page on the Morningstar Feasts and buying 5 of these, 5 golden strawberry farms. What this does is it puts you in an arena, and you can go from 200 to 225, quite literally 10 minutes, because since it's Hyper Burning Max, it's like 1 strawberry, kind of like per level kind of situation. So 5 strawberries, 5 level ups with a plus 5 equals 25. Simple math, 5 times 5. I struggle at math. Anyways, once I was 225, I went ahead and started doing my dailies in Monster Park. I ended off at 230 day 1. Because after I hit 230, I was like, okay, we're not going to grind today. What we're going to do is we're going to do our hyper burning, or not our hyper burning max, our challenging items, or challenge burning, item burning, whatever. Basically, when you get to 200, you can get a free set of gear. This gear right here is extremely good. It will carry you pretty much the entirety of the server. Replacing this before the server ends or even before these items disappear is going to be a challenge. And honestly, you shouldn't focus on replacing it, as you could cube your secondary, you could cube your emblem. I would milk as much content as you can out of these items. It will make life super easy. I finished Challenger or item burning. I keep getting them too mixed up. I finished item burning last Sunday. There was recently a problem on, I think it was it was yesterday, Wednesday. Item burning ended by accident because the Nexon developers copy and pasted the whole event over, but they forgot to change the end date, and so item burning for the Korean servers ended yesterday, and so ours got fucked in the process as well. It's fixed right now. You can go and you can do it normally, but for the people that were affected by it and wasted their lockouts, I don't know if they're fixing it. I don't even know if that completely breaks your week. But say if you killed Slime before they fixed it, and it was time for you to upgrade after killing Slime, that could have fucked you over. But unsure if they're fixing that, or unsure if people really got messed up. I would picture people got messed up because the event technically didn't exist. But after I hit 230, I went ahead and did all of my item burning bosses up to CPAP. Lotus and Slime were day 2. I didn't do the day 1. Day 1, though, when I hit 230, because literally everything only took me like 30 minutes to an hour, I went ahead and did CZAC, surprisingly easy to do, because we get so many node stones for this event. I did Vellum, also surprisingly easy, killed him in 3 minutes. CPAP took like 5, but that's to be expected. I was on level. But doing all this enabled my gear to evolve, my challenger items, and get upgraded every time, because when you kill CZAC, you get more stats from, I think, your flames. When you kill Vellum, you get more stats from your flames, I think. I think this then turns it into maxed out flames. And then when you kill Pap, it goes up to 17 stars. I might make a video on star forcing later. I'm still kind of new to it, so I don't really want to make anything that I don't really understand fully. But when I killed CPAP, everything was 17 stars. I was at a point where I was one-shotting everything. So when I went to 225, I then did my dailies, I then did Monster Park, and I was 230. I then stopped grinding for the day. When it was time for me to grind, though, come day 2, there was a 24-hour maintenance. This maintenance sucked because I was planning on hitting 240 that day. But And because of how the maintenance happened and it lasted the whole day, I kind of just said whatever. What's nice though is that when servers came up, we got a compensation box with 2 mag pots. I use these mag pots to skip 230 to 240. Reason why is because I hate grinding from 220 to 240. I hate the zones. Now, I will still say what are some good zones. In Vanishing Journey, I know that I think it was Eastern Cave Path. If I go there, I believe I'll be able to know. But Eastern Cave Path, yes, I like this grinding spot. It is super easy to do. You just kind of jump around, and depending on your class, you can even reach all the way up there on a double jump like I can. So, like I said, this is where I would have grinded if I didn't do strawberries on Eastern Cave Path 2. Then coming to Choo Choo Island. I honestly don't know much about the Choo Choo Island farming spots. I kind of always skip it with strawberries, but this is where I do my dailies, so I would assume it's kind of the same. This is where I would do my farming. Like I said, depending on your class, you can probably reach the top as well. If not, using summons and stuff to speed the process makes it super easy. Other than that, those are the 2 places I would choose for these 2. I don't really know if you really farm in Yum Yum. Me and Yum Yum are not friends. I don't like Yum Yum at all. For Lachlan, sometimes I do get stuck on a character where I do have to grind a little for here, so I would usually do Chicken Festival 3. I did this for my Tanjiro. I really hated Tanjiro. That shit was not fun. But with the right pathing and like depending on your class as well, if you have the range for it, you can clear the bottom floor pretty easily. This reminds me a lot of the big black dolls or whatever that you fought. I think it was around level 120. It reminds me of their map a lot, where it's one really high section, one really low section, this and that. I can go ahead and pull that up really quick. It reminds me of the place of, is it Luberdine? Luber, what is this place called? Ludus Lake. Yeah, it's, I want to say it's Forgotten Passage. No, that's what I want to, it's in the Maple Guide. But if I would have grinded, these would have been the places I would have grinded in to get to that point. Arcana, I've never grinded in Arcana. I've always skipped it. Somehow, I always manage. I would have farmed probably where I do my dailies there as well, which is in the Forest of Earth. This tile set is super good. It's kind of popular though, so it's usually contested for dailies. I believe I grinded here on my Tanjiro, so I'm going to assume that it is the same kind of case. But with how MapleStory is nowadays, they kind of just want you to speed to 260. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, pre-260, they don't want to exist. Morass is fun. Okay, so Morass, you're now 240. You have now unlocked... Oh, no, you're 235. Morass is a lot of fun. I personally, out of all the Arcane River zones, I think Morass is like the first one that gives you a decent map to farm on. Shadow Dance Hall 2. If you get down your own class's pathing, you can get really nice rates on this map. I think so. This is where I farm. This is where I farmed on my Kaiser. This is where I farmed on my Iran. I farmed on my Tanjiro. I did very, very light farming on my Kain here, and this is also where I do my dailies. I'll probably be doing the same thing with my Sia. Very easy place to farm on, I feel like, and since the layout is so tight, a lot of the times, besides like this far left section, you can kind of reach more than one set of mobs. So like if I'm jumping here, I can reach those 2 lower ones and then just go through, and then when I'm ready to move up, I can do this and kill everything here. And it's just a nice little loop back and forth. I think it's super easy. I think it's super laid back. I think it's easy and chill, whatever. When you get to 245, this is when grinding becomes bearable for me to do in very long sets of time. Mirror Touch C2. Someone was asking me where I farmed from 240 to 260. I was in Mirror Touch C2. I briefly talked about it in my latest video, my progression video 3, to respond to it. But this is where I farmed from 240 to 245. I still come here to do my dailies because it's easy, it's fast. The map layout is super tight. I can easily drop a summon in the top left one. It'll hit the top right or top left enemies. It's just all extremely easy. I do suggest that when you do grind, especially off event, where it's not like a burning character or anything like that, make sure to use like Urta Shower and shit. And when you're 260 plus, make sure to use Soul Janus. It just makes life so easy. And Soul Janus has other benefits, but we're gonna go over that when I actually unlock Soul Janus on this character. I'm saving up for it right now. We're getting there slowly. From 245 to 255, I suggest farming Void Current 3. I do not enjoy Labyrinth of Suffering enemies. I do not enjoy the map sets. I don't enjoy Labyrinth of Suffering at all. I think it's an overall really dogshit place to grind. Could be an unpopular opinion. Some of my friends agree with me. It's just the maps are all so spread out. It just doesn't feel right, you know? It feels like so much more effort when I can just jump around Void Current 3 like this and clear 90% of the map without having to do summons or anything fancy. And this is like without my guided arrow on and shit, but like it's just Void Current 3 took me all the way to 255. It is my most enjoyable place to do. Void Current 3 also, if you do farm here for that long, you do get the ability to start setting up your fams a little bit. I managed to get, I want to say, if I look at my preset too. No, so I actually got this from the place I just showed, the one with the spiders. But this is another place where like you're gonna be here for a while if you do farm here until 255, so that way you can unlock. I'm forgetting what the place is called. You know, the Black Mage area. But yeah, I pretty much farmed here until 255. It was super easy. The only bad part is like once you hit 250, yes, technically the XP in the next zone I believe is better simply because it's higher level mobs. I don't know how true that is. I would assume so, just thinking based on logic. But yeah, this is what I did at 255. Someone asked me about that. Fuck Labyrinth of Suffering. Only ever go there for dailies. For Limina. Limina is the zone that it's called. Limina was pretty chill. I farmed here until 255 to 260, of course. This was the map I did it on. End of the World 27. I didn't farm End of the World 27 on my... I want to say my Kaiser. I did a tighter map set, but it had less rates. But I believe that on a class like Kain or anything that does flash jump spamming like this, you can get away with like a lot of, you know, being able to watch Netflix and just zone out because you don't have to really change anything. You can, it's just a pattern. Double jump attack, double jump attack, double jump attack, and then you're at the wall, switch directions, do the same thing. And then the only difference is when you up jump, make sure to attack to hit those top ones, and then you're covering the entire map. The rates I feel like are super fucking clean. I love this tile set. This thing's easy. For 260 to 265, what I'm currently doing on stream and such, I am farming, of course, in Cernium. I'm farming in either Royal Library Section 1. I was doing that for the last 2 days. But I recently got to do more damage, so I'm starting to farm in Burning Royal Library Section 2. I felt like I was actually getting more mesos from this. I'm not too sure how right it is, but I think I am. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure I am. Other than that, though, that is pretty much my grinding of what I did 260. The things I did in between, of course, are dailies like Arcane River, my Monster Parks, and then, of course, my Magpots to sped me up, any other benefits I got from the compensation package. Anything I could say that could really speed it up other than dailies and Monster Park, though, don't do strawberries at the 225. It's not worth it. Save strawberries for another character. Save it for a mule. Use it on another server if Challenger World is like not your first server that you've ever touched in this game. Other than that, though, I'm pretty sure that's it. I would suggest kind of eyeballing the way to do item burning as you level. So when I hit 220, I was like, okay, I'm so juiced out on nodes from hyper burning max. I'm sure I can do it. And yes, I could. When I got to Lotus, it was a long fight. I probably should have waited a little bit longer to make it easier, but it was a high risk, high reward. This server is all about solo play. All right. A lot of this server's challenges are always defeat this boss solo, defeat this thing solo, do this solo, get these points from doing this thing solo. Like, this stuff is a lot of doing solo content. That's not to say don't group. Like when hard will becomes easy to do in 6-man groups and some longer struggle runs, I mean, fucking go for it. It'll make life so much easier. But don't be afraid when bosses like Lotus or Slime or Lucid take more than 10 minutes. This is a fresh server technically. Like, this isn't Chronos, you know. Chronos, I love the joke that Ducky makes on stream where it's like, oh, the Chronos min clear, 5 minutes. Whereas on like Hyperion, it'd be 25. But that's because that's the progression of the server, you know. Like if you did a 6-man will group on this server right now, it'd be a struggle run. It would probably take 30 minutes. If you did a 6-man will group on Chronos, it would probably be 5 to 10 minutes. It's all based on the community strength and stuff like that. I think that's pretty much everything, though. I kind of wanted to just go over simple things. Any other tips I could say is don't make the same mistake I did when I got the 6th job. I took my node stones, and I completely forgot about the fact that to unlock some of the shit in your matrix, you need maxed out node stones for 5th job. So, for instance, I can unlock Grip of Agony, and I can unlock Thanatos Descent upgrades. I can't unlock Fatal and Dragon Burst, though, because they are not level 25 in my B matrix. So, don't make the same mistake I did. Make sure to evenly distribute your nodes. Make sure everything that you know that you're going to be leveling first is up, especially the stuff for your M3, M4. My M3, M4 is pretty much already set up. All of my shit is level 40 or higher base, so I'm not too worried about it. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I will try to get this out when I can. Have a good day, and please let me know if there's anything I missed that I could have touched on.